about how to come to the UK via the self-sponsorship route. So if this is important to you, don't forget to click the like button, the notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so we're going to get straight to it. If you finish your registration with the NMC UK, you finished your verification. The next step is to write your CBT. Now, once you've written your CBT, you've passed. You've written your IELTS or your OET, any English language requirements that you of your choice, and you have passed. The next step is to write your OSCE. Once you've written your CBT and passed, NMC UK will send you a mail telling you that you can go ahead and write your OSCE. Now, you have to book your OSCE exam, and you are ready to come to the UK. Sponsoring yourself to come to write this exam and go back. Now, this will involve you having some level of financial capabilities to sponsor yourself, to cater for your needs while you come to the UK. Now, while registering, I know a lot of people have been saying that they've tried the self-sponsorship route, but the UKVI has declined their visa. This is because you've not proven without any reasonable doubt that you are coming to write this exam, and you're just coming to write this exam, pass it, and go back home. Because you have to book a visiting visa to come. The visiting visa will be about 6 months visa. So if they're giving you a 6-month visa, they want to give you, and you want them to be happy to give you, you have to show that you just plan to come to this country for that 6 months or less, do what you need to do, and then go back to your home country. Now, in order to do this, you have to ensure that all the documentation provided to these people are, everything is giving the same information, everything is aligned. What you're saying in this document aligns with what is said in the other documents. Now, there's a lot of things that you need to submit for this, for you to while coming with the UKVI. So after registering, you have to register for OSCE. You register for OSCE with any of the OSCE centers in the UK. There are 5 OSCE centers, so you can register with either Oxford Brookes, Leeds, Northumbria. You can register with Ulster or Northampton. So if you finished registering with any of these university hospitals for the OSCE exam, they will send you a mail confirming that you've registered for them with OSCE on so day. So when you have that, the registration for OSCE is about £794, I think. £794 just to book your OSCE. Now, you have to have enough money to book your flight ticket as well. Some people would also say that they should already book the flight ticket in advance and then add it to your... I know some people have told me that they booked their flight ticket in advance and added it to the documents they were submitting to UKVI. Personally, I don't think I'm going to advise anybody to do something like that, because they could deny your visa, and if they deny your visa asking for a refund, the flight airline companies usually don't refund usually don't give a full refund if you choose to cancel your flight. They'll probably give you half of it. I know someone who has had to cancel a flight. You pay like 800 and something pounds for a flight, and then you cancel it, and what they refund you is about 500 and something, maybe 400 and something, like half of the money. So it's not worth it, and you don't necessarily need to do that for them to grant you a visa anyway. So my advice is just avoid booking your flights. Just book for your OSCE exam. After you book for your OSCE exam, it will be better for you to find any family or friend who is currently in the UK, who is willing, who you will just explain to that, oh, I want to come to the UK and write my OSCE. Are you willing to grant me accommodation? If they are happy to grant you accommodation, you ask them to send their proof of accommodation, the tenancy agreement they have for the house where you will be staying. Now, if it's just an accommodation that they are going to be granting you, you don't need them to provide any information about their bank statements or their pay slips, because it's just an accommodation. So the proof of tenancy that you are sending, or they are sending, and a letter saying that they are willing to accommodate you within the period of time that you are coming to the UK, say 1 month, say 28 days, say 3 weeks, within whichever period that you are going to state in your letter that they are going to be accommodating you for, is enough. However, if the people, the friend, the family who is in the UK, who is willing to invite you and give you a go ahead to use their tenancy agreement to stay in their house within the period while you are here is willing to provide not just an accommodation for you, but also to say maybe they will sponsor your travel, or they will sponsor your feeding or some other things in the UK, then they will be needing to provide their bank statements as well. So you have to provide maybe pay slips for whoever it is, maybe the main applicant that is sending their tenancy agreement, pay slips and a bank statement. Now the person doesn't need to have so much. Having £3,000, £4,000 in their account as at the time where they are printing out their bank statement is enough to invite you to the UK. Now on your own side, you have to have a reasonable amount of money to show that you're coming to the UK and you've properly prepared yourself and you've had savings and you can sponsor yourself, you can cater for yourself within the period of that 2 weeks or 3 weeks that you are coming for. I'd advise you to say you're coming for just 2 or 3 weeks, or at most a month, because your exam is a 1-day exam. Assuming you come in maybe a week to the exam just to prepare, and then you write the exam, a week is enough for you to go back. So just put that period, the short period, a realistic short period, not that you put 2 days, 3 days. You can put a week, 2 weeks, depending on you, but let it be quite realistic with what you are coming here for. Now, if the person is going to be doing all of that, and you, for instance, you should have at least, let me just say, £500. I think I would say at least £500, because I've known people who has come to apply, who has told me that they tried applying for this self-sponsorship route and they had maybe £100 in their account, and they told them that what they have in their account is not it's not that they've not shown, rather, that they are able to cater for themselves when they come to this, that they when they come to the UK, that they can see that they have a sponsor who has enough money to sponsor them, but however, they have not shown personally that they can cater for themselves while coming. So you have to have a reasonable amount of money in your own account. So me personally, I would say at least £500 is a lot of money. If you have someone who is going to be providing accommodation for you, who is going to be providing maybe feeding for you, who is going to be covering, say, your travel costs, at least £500. So if you don't have someone who is going to be doing this, you need to have more. You need to have money for your return ticket, enough money for your return ticket in your account. You need to have enough money for your accommodation, for Airbnb. If you don't have someone in the UK who you can stay with, Airbnbs daily should be about £30 to £50. Just budget about £30 to £50. Like for the cheapest Airbnbs you can find around your test center. So you have to imagine that you'll be staying for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, for instance. You have to have that money in your account to prove that you can cater for yourself. That will be at least £600 to prove that you can cater for yourself. Now you have to have your return ticket also in your account to prove that you can cater for yourself. But if you have someone who is going to be sponsoring you, who is going to be putting their bank statement alongside yours, it makes it easier. If the person has about £3,000 to £4,000 in their account, it makes it easier for you to convince them that you have enough money to cater for yourself. Don't forget, you should have enough money in your personal account in your name, and this money should have a reasonable should have been in your account for a reasonable amount of time. The source of the money should be clear in your account. Now, if you're in Nigeria, for instance, and you've been working for a long time, it could probably be coming from your salary or savings that you've had over the years, or over the period that you've been working. It should have been there for at least 6 months. You should have the money, not money that is just going to be coming like 2 days and then you print off your bank statement. It doesn't give any validity where the money is coming from. You just have money from nowhere, and then you expect them to believe that you've had this money saved up somewhere. They are going to query it, and they are going to question where this money came from, unless you can. But most times, even if they're giving you a visiting visa, they don't give you opportunity to prove or to query the decision, or to see if you can ask for them to look at the decision by sending more evidence. They don't give you the opportunity. So it's better to just do and put everything that you need to. So when you are thinking about the documents you need for self-sponsorship route, just think about it this way. Personal things that you need to submit. This is your bank statement and your payslip from your employer. Also, the letter to show that you are coming to write OSCE, and they've given you annual leave from the employer. You have to add that to the things you'll be submitting. Then the OSCE confirmation, you have to submit that. You have to submit your CBT, your IELTS results, you submit that. Your result from NMCN, that you're a registered nurse, that's, some people can even use their notification or the certificate. If you want, you can use that and submit as a proof that you're a registered nurse in Nigeria or in any country. I keep saying Nigeria because I'm Nigerian and I'm more versed with what the process of coming down here as a Nigerian. Anyway, so these are the personal things that you need to submit as a person. Then your sponsor needs to submit their tenancy agreement, their pay slip, and bank statements if they are going to be adding, if they're going to be sponsoring not just accommodation but also feeding and travels as well. After submitting all of this to NMC UK, and ensuring that you've ticked all the boxes, you have enough money, the sponsor has enough money, you ensure that your timing of how long you're coming to stay in the UK is reasonable for the exam you're coming to write, there is less possibility that they will reject your visa. Now, for people who has tried this process before and they rejected your visa, it gives you a second application, gives you like a better standing than you had previously. So they always send you the letter of refusal. So when you're on your letter of refusal, go and tick those boxes, all those things that they said that you did not do. You did not prove how you got the money, or you did not prove that you were able to cater for yourself, or whatever it is that they said. Make sure that you prove it, you write it down, that you tick it, basically, that you've cleared these their questions, so that when they see your new application, they're going to be happy and they're like, okay, you've ticked all the boxes, and they're happy to grant you this visa. Okay, don't forget, ensure that the address or your location in your application for visa is the same as the same address on your bank statement. Very important, because I know someone whose visa has been refused as a result of that. So just make sure that all your information is tallied in every part of the application process. All the information tallies. Okay, now this is how you get to come to the UK using the self-sponsorship route. And after that, you write your OSCE. Hopefully you've passed your OSCE, and then you can go forward with applying for jobs. You can apply for jobs with NHS, care homes, whichever organization is willing to to give you COS, a certificate of sponsorship. You can apply. So you're not restricted to applying with a particular organization or with just the NHS. You can do whichever organization. You can come and work as a nurse as long as they're happy to give you a certificate of sponsorship. Okay, you can start applying while you're in the UK once you've passed your exam, before you get your PIN, not necessarily until you get your PIN then you start your application process. You can do that and go for interviews, and then you explain your situation, that you are happy to go back to your country, and then reapply to come back to the company with the COS to practice with them as a registered nurse in their organization. Okay, so good luck to all of us who is trying to go through coming to the UK via the self-sponsorship route. I hope you get it. If you have any information, any comments, any if you need further guidance on anything, just put it on the comment section. I'm going to guide you to the best of my knowledge. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. See you next time.